Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to talk about updates. We're doing that again because I don't know why, man, but we have gotten more news about updates, and even though the customer support said something, which basically means it was kind of official almost, it wasn't quite obviously set in stone, and this is why I said take it with a grain of salt in the other videos, is because these things happen, right? And these things happen. Of course, speculated date was in fact the 23rd to 24th of October to drop, but there's a bunch of other things that we need to talk about. For example, we basically Combo Infinity Simp talked about is the customer support message true or not, and then he says we know there will be updates, but we don't know the exact date of when they drop. So this is Frankie by One Punch Man. He is basically a One Punch Man world staff, so of course anything he says is going to be basically almost accurate because he's literally the staff of One Punch Man world. So the one thing he also said was, well, he said basically Combo Infinity Simp says it wasn't asking for the exact date, just confirmation if it was real or not, or something this month was planned. And then he says, well, I mean, maybe not this month, which basically means that we could potentially not be getting something this month. And in fact, we could be getting it in maybe November or December. Now, the reason I believe so is because basically there is, of course, the game, right? And the game does not have much traction if they drop an update because there's not too many people following the game anymore. So I think the most ideal way of kind of getting the most amount of traction and players for this kind of update is by basically releasing CN, which is people who are very hyped up about the game. And of course, there's a very large amount of fans waiting for the game, and there's a very large population in CN. And the game has not released there yet, which means they have all the hype in the world compared to us NA players and EU players who have already played and experienced the game, as well as, of course, Southeast Asia. But now with the CN version coming out, there's going to be a plenty amount of new players coming to the game, which means this game could obviously not die. There could be more players. More traction means more players, and that essentially means the game is not dead, more updates, and etc. So, of course, they want this game to be the this update to be their bounce back, right? And of course, everybody wants that for the game, but the only way to do that, and the best course of action that I think the team is planning, is by releasing an update when they release CN. So basically, like I've been saying a lot of times now, the one thing we have to wait for in order to see basically the green light for the updates of One Punch Man World is basically if CN comes out. If CN comes out, then we're good. Then we're getting clean and, a lot of updates, right? Back to the regular schedule. But if CN doesn't come out, then we're probably not going to get all too much in the coming days, right? Because, for example, if we have Deep Sea King and then CN gets the update, they won't really be too hyped for Deep Sea King. I mean, yes, they will, but it's like, it was already there from the start, right? Kind of like how we had Pluton boss fight and the Genos, let's see here. The Genos, basically, Meteor. They're not really hyped up. No one's hyped up about the Meteor. When they fought the Meteor here. But for example, if they play the whole game, wait 2 weeks, and everybody's maxed out here, and then they release City J, well, then people will be more excited because it's like an update drop. So I'm guessing CN first, City J later. That's basically how it's gonna roll. And if anything, we'd probably be getting Arms Genos as the first banner for CN, so that us NA and C and EU players can all have a new banner to basically come back to as well. That way they can kind of get all the players back and ready for, of course, the next update. So that's how I think it's going to roll out. I'm assuming it's going to be around November, December, but I don't actually know when CN's coming out because of the new development transferring. But yeah, that's what I have to say about today's update news. Basically, it could be pushed back out of October. We don't know for sure, but a lot of it is pointing to not being in October, but rather being in November, which, yes, is kind of sad, but it is what it is. And of course, this team has to do what it has to do to get these updates out whenever they can, right? So it is what it is, but stay tuned. to my channel. Stay subscribed with notifications on so that you guys know when every video comes out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody, and have a great day.